5:30 a.m. in Friend, Oregon, 7:30 a.m. in Mentor, Missouri, 2:30 p.m. in Teacher in the region of Ogun, Nigeria.
Hi, I'm Kalli.
I'm Dillon.
And this is Studio 595. You guys, it is so crazy. I feel like I haven't seen you since literally last year. Wait, because I haven't. Happy 2023. It's so good to have you guys back for the new year. This is our first episode walking into this year, so we're happy to have you back. Yeah.
Alex is just...
The editing for this is going to be
I saw you do the intro in real time, and I felt my soul leave my body.
Yeah.
Yes, Happy New Year, everyone. If you're still getting acclimated to 2023, writing down the dates. Writing down the dates is 23 and not 22. We are excited to be back for another semester of fun antics and exhilarating discussion and just fun times all around. How are you two adjusting to a new semester and a new year?
Not well.
It's our last semester ever of being in public high school.
Yeah.
Possibly school at all for some people who are graduating. And that is just crazy. Like, it's really weird. Teachers are treating us like we're leaving in 9 weeks because we kind of are leaving in like a couple weeks. And it's scary.
I don't like this.
It's very scary to think about that. But I'm adjusting well. I have some really great classes, really good professors. I'm taking college classes, and it's been good. I'm planning my graduation party, making a playlist for my graduation party.
At the time of recording, you guys have less than 4 months left in public schooling.
That's just me in my mind, 24/7.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
Yeah.
That makes me nervous. Like, it just makes me feel like there's like a clock that's ticking down that's following me around wherever I go. I don't know.
How are you guys coping with all the new changes and whatnot? Or not even so much the new changes as so much the preparation of new changes and getting to the next stage in life?
I will be excited to not have school, but also like friends. It's the one place where it's all together, and I like that.
Yeah, I've just been relying a lot on my friends to they're all going through the same thing as I am right now. We're all doing the same sort of situation, and it's scary, but at least I know everybody's done it before. Everybody before me has done it and they've been fine, so it can't be that bad. Yeah.
The one thing I'm gonna be sad about is leaving this.
No.
I like the podcast,
I'm actually really gonna miss this.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that I can come back eventually and work for the district and manage this whole podcast thing.
Yep.
But I'm maybe be producer Kalli one day. Huh? But I don't know.
The evolution of Kalli.
That'd be scary. You guys just listen to me grow up. I take a 2-year hiatus and I come back stronger than ever.
We're just gonna be phoning in the podcast, just continuing.
Kalli lore.
Now calling live from somewhere else in Athens, Georgia, former producer Kalli and former producer Dillon. Do you guys have any advice for anyone that is still trying to get adjusted to the new year?
No. Do you have advice for me?
I'd say invest in a planner. I use an online planner and a note, paper planner. It's very helpful to see your year planned out in front of you. Also, just embrace the change. It's gonna happen whether you're ready for it or not, which is scary, but it's just better to be open-minded and say, okay, I don't know what this year's gonna bring, right? But let's just go for it, right? And do the things you want to do, and let it be a excuse to jump into that job you've been wanting to do, or sign up for that internship that you've been wanting to sign up for, or whatever. It's a fresh, clean slate. So, yeah.
And to go back to Dylan's comment on wanting advice, as someone who is, above the age of high school graduation students and now college graduation students, as someone who has been out of high school for nearing 8 years now, which is weird to say, I think the number one piece of advice towards the end is to take time for yourself. which is often difficult when you're in the last couple months of school and you're feeling so stressed and anxious about a million different things that could, that can make you feel overwhelmed. I think the key thing is to focus on what you have to do immediately and try focusing on it as much as possible, but to not let things overwhelm you, because at the end of the day, grades are important and whatnot, but also your mental health is equally, if not obviously, greater in terms of importance. So try to seek friends that you can confide in when you're feeling stressed, and just trying to sort of lean on something that relaxes you, lean on something that gets you into the right mindset that you can just go back in, hop back into your work and start doing it. And then once you're done, actually take some time off. Take a day or two once you get back from school or something to just rest your head. Get some good sleep. I can't emphasize that enough as someone that from junior year until I graduated college, didn't really sleep more than 5 hours a night, and that obviously takes its toll on you. So emphasizing good sleep, getting a good balance of work and relaxation is obviously going to go a long way. And also just to confide in people that obviously know what you're going through so that you can talk about it and get things off your chest beyond just your work and things that are immediately stressing you. Getting that off of your chest will go a long way in terms of your mental health and your actual performance later on. So, as we have our conversations here in the studio when we're not on air.
They're definitely something.
Yes, they are. And so I wanted to talk briefly about friendships and mentorships, because that's sort of the main focus of this episode specifically. Friends can be mentors and mentors can be friends. And from experience, going back to discussing, the stress of, being in your last semester of public schooling, I know that I had to confide in friends and to hear their experiences and how they coped with things so that I can sort of make adjustments to how I was coping and handling things. And, having discussions with my teachers and whatnot, counselors, whoever it may be, just someone that you can sort of rely on to have a good, healthy conversation with. That's what I mean. That's what I mean when I say that friends can be mentors, because they can often guide you in the right path. So do you guys have any people that you can sort of confide in your time of need?
Yes. I don't
exist.
I don't want to go in more depth.
Dylan's not planning on name dropping today. Yeah. I will name drop. I have a lot of very good friends and mentors. I've been very blessed in that regard to have a lot of people I can rely on, starting with the people who also have microphones in this room right now. Dylan and Alex are some of my, producer Alex are some of my friends and also mentors. I learn from them all the time, every day. I'm very lucky. And I also have some really good friends outside of Studio 595, believe it or not.
What, you don't just live here and just spend
right?
your...
I actually sleep in the studio every single night, so that's cool.
And yet you come in late.
But I will say, I have been lucky enough to have friends who I've known my whole life. For the most part, I have a really good friend named Natasha. She's been with me literally since we were in elementary school. And then I have a friend named Phoebe. She's great. She's also been with me since I was in elementary school. And then I also have friends who I met only a couple years ago. I have a friend named Donley. She's one of my closest friends, and she's only known me for a couple years. So that's great. And then in mentors, I honestly just end up looking to my family for the most part. My mom is my biggest mentor. She knows everything. She's always right about everything. It's kind of scary. She can tell you how your life's going to turn out before you even know. And then my brother is super smart, and he always mentors me. And my mom's fiance, David, is great. He can make literally anything. His last name is Maker, but he can if you want him to make something, he can just make it for you. It's crazy. And he taught me.
Lives true to his name.
Yes. Yeah. It's really cool. He's a great mentor. He's taught me so much. I'm just so blessed.
I was also going to mention different ways that you can make friends, and this could be the case for someone like you guys as a senior, but also people that are younger or older, if that's the case. Getting out and making new friends, especially in a time that is sometimes stressful. I would always say the main thing that actually helped me when I was in college at the University of Georgia was actually signing up for groups or clubs and whatnot. And I will also name drop a lot of the people that I met at WUOG and at the University of Georgia, working at the radio station. To give context, during my freshman year of college, I was so anxious and so sort of focused on work that I didn't really have time to talk with other people. And so at the start of my sophomore year, I decided that I was going to sort of expand my friend group, or at least, do something else with my time. And so I went to a meeting at WUOG, and then 2 days later, I was on air, which was extremely nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
And so I have to thank the people that I worked with over there, just because it gave me the sort of confidence to, do stuff that I was actually really interested in doing. Because I do have my degree in journalism, so that was like my first step in that direction, in terms of actually doing something sort of professionally. And a lot of the times, before the airing of shows, we would have conversations just in the room before the studio, or actually in the studio as we were setting up. And that oftentimes did sort of put me in a more mellow state that I can just kind of be myself around people, and then in turn being myself around, speaking in public, speaking to the masses. And so that sort of environment was very helpful, given what I was looking to go into. So if that's the case, just go ahead and do it. You may feel nervous at first, but people are in that group because they have the same interests as you, and that can be something that can, help you or help someone else sort of build their character and their sort of background into something that is really productive to them. Similarly, you can join interest groups. You can join just groups of people just on a whim. Just go ahead and just try to chat with people. And who knows? I have a friend of mine, and I will name drop them, Maxime. Good friend of mine, who I went to college with, who I worked at and was actually my news director at WUOG, and one of the nicest, kindest people that I've ever met. And I really wouldn't have met him if I hadn't gone to that one meeting and tried to be on air. And so the butterfly effect did kind of play a role in that, in terms of getting to meet different people and getting to sort of have these experiences. And so that's sort of my elder advice as someone that is no longer in school. Just try to expand yourself and to meet new people.
Also, I think totally the first step to making friends on a lot of occasions is liking yourself. And that sounds crazy, but I used to really think people didn't like me. And maybe they didn't, right? Maybe people thought, they did think that I talked too much, that I was annoying. And all of that stuff is true, right? Like, that's like true stuff about myself. I can be annoying, I talk too much. But I had to learn to like those things about myself before I really made friends. And I don't really know why that is. Maybe it's just a confidence thing. Like, people are more willing to talk to you when you feel like, when they feel like you really know yourself. But I can say people really appreciate when you are yourself and you're not hiding. And that's scary. So I'm not saying it's a bad thing if you are hiding behind like somebody. But I say in 2023, work to come out of your shell a little bit. Like, it really does. It can make a difference. I've met so many friends just because they're like, I saw you smiling across the room and I heard your really loud laugh. And I was like, wow, she seems so nice to talk to. And that's a really good feeling when people like you for yourself. And also, I will say, friends will always like you for yourself. So if they don't like you for who you are and they want you to change, then they're not really your friend. And that's a hard thing to come to terms with, I think. And that doesn't mean like growth wise. You can have a friend come to you and say, hey, I think you really need to work on, being less harsh when you talk to me, or like using kinder words to people. And that's just asking for growth, right? In a positive direction. But you never want a friend to come up to you and say, you're so annoying and you bother me.
Yeah.
Or I hate the way you dress, right? That's not nice. And I know that that's like the whole thing that you hear every year at school is like friends aren't mean to you, friends aren't bullies. But just like remind yourself of that, because you might want to assess who you're spending your time around.
Yeah, for me, like what works is like I just kind of passively listen on conversations that I pass by, and like if there's someone talking about something that interests me, I'll like hop in for a bit, and if there's like a connection there, we'll be friends, right?
Okay, so that was a really good conversation. I love talking about, my friends and the people who I love and the people who mentor me. It's like really great. So I'm always willing to have that sort of, talk with the people around me. But obviously, we have something else that we do every
District
time
updates.
we're here. District
Let's
updates.
go.
So let's jump right into it. Producer Alex, take it away.
Thanks, guys. Let's get right into it with this week's Can't Miss Minutes. The CCSD district-wide spelling bee will take place this morning shortly after the conclusion of this very episode of Studio 595, live at 10 a.m. and available afterwards on demand on the CCSD YouTube channel. Make sure to check our social media or our channel to tune in live. If you have a young child in your family, make sure to mark your calendars. Early registration for pre-K and kindergarten will take place February 20th through the 25th at the CCSD District Office Gym located at 595 Prince Avenue in Athens. More details are available on our website, clark.k12.ga.us. Here are some celebratory recognitions going on in CCSD. A special congratulations to Caitlin Smith and Savannah Rawls of Hillsman Middle School on a job well done at the Regional Science Fair last week, earning a gold medal, an American Chemical Society Award, and the Junior Division Pinnacle Award, as we wish them the best of luck at the statewide competition. An additional congratulations to the dozens of students that won medals and awards at the Regional Science Fair as well. Congratulations also to Clark Central senior and trumpet player Nicholas Sweet for being selected to the Georgia Music Educators Association All-State Band. And congratulations to Clark Central High as a whole after earning the College Board AP Computer Science Female Diversity Award for achieving a high female representation in its AP Computer Science A class. Schools honored with this award have expanded girls' access in AP Computer Science courses. And a final bit of news, as the first annual Joshua Sampson Memorial 5K will take place on February 4th at Cedar Shoals High School and virtually beginning at 8 a.m. You can register online until February 1st, register to participate virtually by February 3rd, and register during race day in person, with registration opening at 7 a.m. once again on February 4th. Go to bit.ly/Samson5K to learn more. That's bit.ly/S Samson5K to learn more. Now back to Kalli and Dillon for some pop culture updates and some more Studio 595.
Now for something actually important. Avatar: Way of the Water is out officially, and its runtime goes to 3 hours and 12 minutes. You will not catch me sit in a theater for that long, but I applaud those who do. I've heard it's really good. Second up, The Bachelor 2023 is officially on its way, and it will be starring 30 new women. Fun fact about me, my uncle was on The Bachelorette. So that's what I like to say every time The Bachelor is brought up. Yeah.
All right. New Puss in Boots movie is out, and people are claiming it is a masterpiece in cinema. And also, the masterpiece in TV that is Phineas and Ferb is coming back for another 2 seasons.
I think all three of us are genuinely excited for that.
I
Yeah.
am so excited about it. I saw it and I freaked out. I'm so excited. Who would have thought that was going to be the plot twist of this year?
No one.
How long has it been? Like, I don't think any of us know off the top of our heads, but it has been quite some time.
Yeah.
Since the show ended its original run, so that'll be fun and a nice sort of slight nostalgia.
Yeah.
To get that sort of show back, and I'm stalling because Kalli is looking up the answer.
Yeah, it stopped airing in 2015, so it's been.
I was thinking it was about that long.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
2015 was a long time ago. 2013 was 10 years ago, so that can make you feel old.
I did just mention that I ended high school 8 years ago, so yeah, that was 2015. That is nuts. Moving on now, and Paramore, the popular band, is releasing their 6th studio album, This Is Why, and that'll come out on February 10th. So anyone, including Kalli, who was just silently freaking out in the corner over here,
I didn't know that,
are all excited to hear the new Paramore album. And finally, Savannah, Georgia, cracked into the top 10 nicest towns in America.
Yeah.
Actually, most towns on that list by thetravel.com are actually in the South. So it kind of builds into that Southern hospitality vibe that we do have here.
Yeah.
I can tell you, it's not surprising that no towns on that list were from the Northeast, where I'm from, because we are often somewhat bitter, and we deal with the cold all the time, and so that may be a reason why we just don't want to talk to people.
Frozen hearts.
Yeah, and for the record, number 1 on the list, Beaufort, South Carolina.
I've never heard of that, so that's actually cool.
Beaufort or Beaufort, it depends on the pronunciation,
Okay.
and we're not from South Carolina,
I'll
so
have
we
to
don't
ask
know.
people from South Carolina.
Yeah. Okay, and so since we've been talking about friendships and mentors and whatnot, we'd have the more fun aspect or segment of the show this week, and that is the mentor tier list from TV and films.
Nice.
And so, similar to how we did the Thanksgiving episode, we have a tier list with custom named tiers. And so the bottom tier is wow, thanks. And that could be just a mentor that, you may not connect with, and maybe they give good advice, but it's something that you just kind of take and maybe think about once in a while. The next tier is one good piece of advice 3 years ago. And that is mainly just, maybe a moment arises where their sort of advice does come in handy, and you just think, that was a long time ago, but I'm thankful that this person told me about this because it led me in the right direction. When we go into the middle tier, that gets into the more, reliable people and taught me a lesson or two. That's something that's someone that you can, openly confide in, and they can, teach you the right path. Next tier is mentor icon, the absolute people that you can turn to at your worst moment, and they can give you direction and guidance towards your goals. And the top tier, the absolute top tier of mentors or friends or whatever you want to call them, is please adopt me. As in, I would not be objected to you adopting me as a parent. And so we go on. We will do this alphabetically. And so we start with Agent K from Men in Black. And just this may be varying a lot because some of us have seen the films or TV shows or whatnot.
Wait, which one of us hasn't seen Men in Black?
I haven't fully seen Men in Black.
I think I saw it when I was little, but I don't think I've seen it recently enough.
Right. Yeah. So for some of these, we may lack some reference for them, but we will make an attempt to give judgment to these mentors. And so Agent K from Men in Black, what are we saying? Dillon,
mentor icon.
Yes. Okay. So Dillon, having seen Men in Black, sell us on Agent K. Why is he a mentor icon?
I don't know. It's just vibes, honestly. He does teach Jay a lot about being in the Men in Black before just saying I'm calling it quits and getting out of there, going back to his normal life. I don't know.
That's okay. Without having seen it, it does sound like a role that Tommy Lee Jones has done in the past. Because I've seen some films where that is essentially the epitome of his character.
Yeah.
I'd say he taught me a lesson or two.
Yeah.
I think that's where we should settle because we've never seen it.
Right.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Dylan.
Okay.
And so
that's fair.
Yeah. We go on to Alfred Pennyworth of the Batman series.
I would say please adopt me.
Oh, really? I wasn't going to say that at all.
I haven't consumed a lot of Batman media, but just from like bits and pieces I've seen around the internet, like, you know.
He is often a very guiding hand towards Bruce Wayne.
Y'all decide. I don't know about this one. I haven't seen enough Batman.
I haven't seen enough Batman, but I do think that he could settle into the mentor icon tier.
He cannot be our first mentor icon. We don't even know this man. This man is a stranger.
I do. I trust Alfred. He is by far
not enough to get adopted by him.
By far the most iconic Alfred in TV or cinema or video games and whatnot. Kalli.
Alfred Hitchcock?
Character. Okay, and so Dylan, you say please adopt me. I say mentor icon. Kalli is a question mark.
I heart question mark in the words of Taylor Swift. Sorry.
Let's at least put him in Tommy Listener 2, but above Agent K.
Okay,
Sure.
yeah, that works.
Okay. And so we go to Aunt May from specifically from Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
I have some thoughts on this. Number 1, ginger, just like me. Number 2, female icon, great mentor to Miles Morales in his struggle and time of need.
Yes.
And doesn't even really know him.
Yeah.
Would just kind of helped out a stranger. Would kick somebody's butt any day of the week for him. I love her. I would say she could adopt me if she wanted to. I say please adopt me.
Same.
I love Aunt May.
And to clarify, this is a different version of Aunt May in comparison to, what we would, think about, especially in terms of the Tobey Maguire trilogy and whatnot. And so this is a different context for Aunt May. And so are we saying please adopt me? Are we saying
please adopt me?
Please adopt me.
Okay. I haven't seen the movie in full. I know I've seen. I know. I think it was just a situation that I watched it, but I didn't have time to finish it. Although I really should.
It right now.
I do have some of these films that we'll highlight here are actually ones that I will watch soon. That is a plan that I have. And so we go on to a classic mentor.
I have not seen a lot of classic Disney.
What is this?
This is Bagheera.
From Lady and the Tramp?
No.
I don't know. I've never seen. I haven't seen that movie.
At least
but
I know
it's a dog.
it's from the Jungle Book.
Completely different setting, the Jungle Book.
I don't know. I haven't seen. Okay, let me preface that I have not seen Lady and the Tramp, nor have I seen the Jungle Book. So
I
was
not
just
seen a
guessing
lot
because
of this.
from where I am, that looks like a dog. I don't know if it is a dog.
No.
What is it? What is that?
I forget.
Is it a puma?
Yes,
Yeah.
maybe.
Ooh, that's fun.
I forget what Bagheera technically
I need
is.
to watch this movie.
It's a classic. I mean, granted, it is from the 60s and whatnot, but it's actually really well done. And the best way that I can describe Bagheera is as close to a parent as Mowgli, who is a boy that.
You mean to Mowgli?
To Mowgli.
That's what I thought he said.
Did I not?
He said as Mowgli.
Oh.
He serves more as a parental guide towards Mowgli. Very, one of those mentors that is strict but is parental and just wants to protect him, obviously, in the jungle where things are pretty dangerous. And shout out to Baloo as well as a character from the Jungle Book, who is more of the relaxed and I guess what we would consider in terms of media, the cool parent, the one that has less rules and whatnot. But Bagheera is sort of like the steering hand towards, responsibility and whatnot. I would be happy putting him in Taught Me a Lesson or Two, just because, there is obviously a clash between Bagheera and Baloo, and so all that kind of stuff. And so I would be comfortable putting him underneath Agent K. Now let's switch gears. Bernard from the Santa Claus.
Please adopt me. Please adopt me.
We are avid Bernard stans in this house. As for me and my house, we stan Bernard. I love him so much. For those of you who don't know, he is an elf in the Santa Claus, the movie, the first one. Actually, all of them, but mainly the first one. And he's just hilarious. He's witty. He mentors, what is his name?
Scott Calvin.
Scott Calvin, aka Santa Claus. I don't know why.
Played by Tim Allen,
who I think is really funny. He's hilarious, and he does a really great job of like being there for Scott Calvin while also being
and what was the
his
kid's
own
name?
character. Is it Ben? Is it Benny? I don't really remember what the kid's name was, but also he's like a really great friend and mentor to the kid. I would be very comfortable putting him in mentor icon because I think that he is an icon, but I don't know if I necessarily want him to adopt me. He doesn't really like kids that much.
You see, this is why we should have. This is why we should have just kept S through D, because I would clearly put him in S rank, but because it's Please Adopt Me.
I mean, I would argue that I agree with Kalli. I think that Bernard is like almost top tier, but is slightly just below it.
Yeah.
So I'd be comfortable with mentor icon.
Me too.
And so Bernard from the Santa Claus is our first mentor icon. And so we go on to Doc Brown from Back to the Future.
Hot take. I'm about to drop this on y'all. I don't like him that much. He kind of annoys me, to be so honest with you.
To be fair, I think that he may be towards the bottom.
Yeah.
Just because of his zaniness and whatnot.
I would say one good piece of advice 3 years
That's
ago.
what I was thinking too. Okay. One good piece of advice.
That is fair. So we go on to Albus Dumbledore from the Harry Potter series.
I am going to head out for this one.
Okay. Have you seen Harry Potter?
No, I haven't read the books.
Sorry. I'm sorry if there are any Brits listening. I know there's probably not, but like if there are, I'm just so sorry.
I will send this.
Dumbledore, I like him, but I honestly never felt like he was that big of a character, if that makes sense. Like, when I'm watching Harry Potter, when I'm reading Harry Potter, I'm not like, Dumbledore all the time. I'm like, okay, Harry, Ron, Hermione. Like, that's what I'm thinking
To be fair, I should have probably replaced Dumbledore with Hagrid, who unfortunately is not on this tier list because I didn't think of Hagrid at the time.
I think that
Quick, we can make edits.
Dumbledore is less of a mentor. I feel like he just kind of tells you what's going to happen, less than like giving you advice on something, because he kind of already knows what's going on.
So then, wow, thanks.
Wow, thanks is where I'm. Wow, thanks.
No fault to Dumbledore himself. It's just more so the character that he plays
as a mentor.
And just for the record, honorable mention, I think Hagrid has to be mentor icon.
Or adopt me. I mean, I'd love to be adopted by Hagrid. He seems so nice. He just seems like if I went to his house, he'd make me like a warm cup of soup, if that makes sense.
That's fair. That's absolutely fair.
He also looks kind of like my mom's fiance. I think that's funny.
Moving on to the TV show Ben 10, Grandpa Max.
Mentor icon.
Mentor icon for sure. I love him. He's just great.
Above Bernard.
Yeah, above Bernard.
Above Bernard. Okay, interesting. That was a quick discussion.
Have y'all heard the Ben 10 theme song recently? Because it is so good. I forgot how good
it is. Having a resurgence online.
Yeah, it has no right to be that good.
It's just a bop all around. Okay, who's next?
Next is from the movie Ratatouille, Auguste Gusteau.
I love him. I think he's
I'll put him
great.
as an icon below Bernard.
I'd say he's an icon. Also, that movie makes me so hungry.
Yeah.
That's fair.
It's so good.
I'm thinking either top of Taught Me a Lesson or two, or the bottom of
I think
Mentor
Taught Me a
Icon.
Lesson or two, because I don't think that I think of him automatically when I think of like movie mentors. But I do love him, and I love Ratatouille as a whole. It's probably like Disney Pixar's best work. That's a conversation for another time.
This is one that is specifically in the academic realm, and perhaps you two wouldn't know this person because this movie is from 1988. But the movie Stand and Deliver the highlights teacher Jaime Escalante, who becomes a teacher of a rough school, and then later emphasizes math to his students and teaches them AP Calc.
Huh. He sounds like he would teach me a lesson or two.
That's fair.
In math.
For me at least, he's a mentor icon. But
yeah, I haven't seen it. So.
Yes, as you two have not seen them.
He would probably be, but
you could put him in mentor icon. I wouldn't be mad at that. He sounds chill.
I'd be comfortable putting him at the bottom of mentor icon.
Okay.
To be fair, Professor John Keating from Dead Poet Society.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. Okay, I've seen Dead Poet Society once.
Mm-hmm.
I have not seen it.
I personally thought it was okay. It was kind of sad.
I plan on watching it this weekend. So by the time that it has released, I may have an opinion of it.
I may get some hate for this. I think that he gave me one piece of good advice like 3 years ago. Personally.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Above or below Doc Brown?
Above.
Okay.
Everyone's above Doc Brown. I can't stand that man. He's the one reason I don't rewatch that movie.
And so we go on to Johnny Lawrence from Cobra Kai, and I think that, Dylan, you have an opinion.
I haven't seen Cobra Kai.
I haven't either.
Oh. You see, all of these, I'm going off vibes, like not necessarily, because I haven't watched Cobra Kai since season 3.
Oh, well, you've at least seen a good chunk of the show.
I thought you were going to say you haven't seen it at all, and I was going to be like, yo, what?
No, okay. So, like, he does, like, try to, like, care for the kids, like, that he's teaching, but, like...
And to give context, he is this is a sort of sequel of The Karate Kid, who we'll mention later on.
From what I'm remembering, he genuinely cares about like what these kids are going through and like all that. Plus, he's like, you know, pretty funny.
Yeah, as opposed to his mentor from the original Karate Kid films.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I would definitely put him either in the middle tier or mentor icon for that.
Yeah. I'd say taught me a lesson or two.
I was going to say taught me a lesson or two.
And where amongst that tier?
Like right in the middle.
But, like, wait. Yeah, right above K.
Okay, so dead center is Johnny Lawrence. Yay. Moving on to Master Oogway from Kung Fu Panda.
Mentor icon.
Mentor icon.
Below Grandpa Max.
Kalli?
Above Grandpa Max. I think that he's so slay. I think that this little man is iconic. I also love Kung Fu Panda though, so I'm kind of biased.
Yeah. I mean, I was gonna say because he doesn't make an impact through the entire movie.
Yeah,
that he would be below Grandpa Max, but I mean, he's such an icon.
I was also a Legends of Awesomeness stan though, so that was this show. The Kung Fu Panda. Yes, I watched a lot of Nickelodeon when I was little. I don't know.
I will say because of his impact, just as Dylan said, just for vibes, I would put him at the top.
Is that Splinter next?
Yes, Master Splinter from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
I don't have a lot of TMNT experience.
I'd be fine with Master Splinter adopting me, to be so honest with you. He would raise a good child. He did. He did raise 4 good children.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's a testament to who he is as a person and a parent and a mentor.
That is fair.
Raphael's the best.
I do kind of know like that he gave the turtles the weapons based on like a lesson that he wanted to teach them. Like I can't remember exactly which ones were for what, but
right. And so Master Splinter, you say please adopt me.
Or he could put him in Mentor Icon.
Mentor
I was going to say Master Icon.
I mean, he is a Master Icon. He is a Master Icon as well.
Bottom of Mentor Icon.
Above the guy from that one show that I don't know.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Wait.
Below Bernard.
Below Bernard. Okay, so in between Professor Escalante and Bernard.
Yeah.
Let me make sure I got the name right. Maribel Madrigal from Encanto.
Every time.
Which
Yeah,
I'm gonna
mentor
watch this
icon.
weekend. I am gonna.
It's really good.
I promise
Mentor
I'm gonna
icon
watch.
above Uwe.
Coming from a ethnic family, this movie made me and my mother cry. Big tears.
I am prepared to cry this weekend.
You are gonna cry, but also every time I see Encanto, I think about that one video of Lin-Manuel Miranda on the red carpet going, "Colombia, mi Encanto." So
Hopefully we can find that clip and just slide it into the video
my
portion.
God.
I think that you can just put it over my voice. I think
Yes.
that she's top of mentor icon. She is a teenager. I don't want her to adopt me.
Yeah.
But she's definitely top, like very top of mentor icon. She mentors her whole family, single-handedly brings them back together and fixes most of their generational
This is why we need
trauma.
S tier.
That is true.
But
I mean,
mentor icon is basically S tier.
yeah,
Please adopt me is like its own little thing.
yeah. And so we go on to, let me make sure I got the name right. Dr. Miranda
Bailey.
Miranda Bailey from Grey's Anatomy.
So she can
Yay.
adopt me. She can adopt me. She has a son. His name is Tuck.
That's true.
And I think that she's a great parent. She's just harsh enough, just
Right.
strict enough.
Right.
She has rules, but she obviously she could see your potential and helps you grow. I would 100% let Dr. Miranda Bailey be my mother.
See, I'm kind of split on this one.
What?
Because, no, she is absolutely she's probably my favorite character from Grey's Anatomy. Now, I haven't seen all of it because there are about 20 billion seasons. But I've seen the first, 7,
That's good
8,
enough
9
to know who
seasons.
she is.
Yeah, she's hilarious. She is a great, you're right in that she's like a really great parental figure. She is absolutely a top tier teacher for medical students that enter, what is it?
Grace Sloan Memorial Hospital, previously Seattle Grace, I think.
Yes, that sounds about right.
It has 6 name changes, so I don't know.
Yeah, it really does. Anyways, not to talk about the Grey's Anatomy universe. I would put Dr. Bailey. I would put Dr. Bailey probably above Master.
Let her
above
adopt
Master
you.
Uwe.
Let her adopt you. She wants to be your mom.
She's actually a great mom. You know what? I'll put her under Aunt May, but in the please adopt me section. Morpheus from The Matrix.
I thought it was Morbius.
What?
No.
No, that's
No.
a completely different
Oh,
dude.
wait, no. I'm thinking of the meme where it's Morbius made $1 more billion at its opening. You know what I'm talking
Is
about?
Morbius
Yes.
even his name? Like that?
Here's my thoughts on this man. He does give good advice to Neo.
Yeah.
Neo.
But I feel like if you actually watch the movie, he only really gives 2 good pieces of advice. The rest is just kind of Neo figuring it
But,
out on his own through trial and error.
What was the girl's name?
Oh, Trinity.
Oh yeah,
Trinity.
yeah. I feel like she would be slightly
Yeah.
better.
Me and my
'cause,
friends went as these people for Halloween.
She's actually helping Neo around.
I will say that Morpheus seems just like a sort of background character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In terms of we know it's gonna happen in the movie, sort of. And he just is sort of the vessel that allows it to happen.
I would say
Yeah.
he taught me a lesson or 2.
Okay. Now, where in that middle tier?
Above the guy from Cobra Kai.
Okay.
Fair.
Because I would argue that he's on the one good piece of advice 3 years
Yeah,
ago tier.
You can put him there, but put him at the top if you're putting him there.
Do we agree?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Miyagi from The Karate Kid, I will.
Mentor icon.
Yeah, I
Above
will.
You
Mirabelle.
can
I
adopt
will-
me if you wanted to. I love
Yes,
him.
honestly, it has to be one of the top 2 tiers.
He's just
Yeah.
so great.
He is the best.
He really does teach amazing lessons. That you
Mhm.
leave the movie being like, huh, yeah, for sure. I would let him adopt me, but I'd be fine putting him in mentor icon.
I'm pushing for Please Adopt Me. I think that
I would
he
really
is
like
that
Yeah.
level. Maybe between
Yeah,
Aunt May and
that's
Dr.
good.
Bailey.
Yeah.
Mufasa from The Lion King.
I have not seen the Lion
Wait,
King.
who is that? Is that the
Oh wow.
dad?
Yes, that is
Yes.
the dad.
Okay. He dies 5 seconds into the movie.
Yeah, but he still is a guiding presence. He's still a guiding presence. I said it again because of the bottle
He
rip.
taught me a lesson or two in life. But you could put him at the top of taught me a lesson or two. He's like in the middle of mentor, icon, and taught me a lesson or two.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know, I prefer Simba. Simba slays. But also, who's the guy that like holds him up at the beginning of the movie?
Rafiki?
He's more of a
Yeah.
mentor, I feel like, than this dude.
Then I think that Mufasa, in that case, perhaps is in the Tommy lesson or two.
Yeah.
True.
But the question is where?
Below Gusto.
Below Gusto. is
Below
what I was
Gusto
gonna
and
say.
above Albert
Yeah.
or Alfred?
I would say below Alfred.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. And so between Johnny Lawrence and Alfred Pennyworth, I'm messing up names here. Mushu from Mulan.
Dishonor on you.
Icon.
Dishonor on your cow. I think that he 100% is an icon. I would never want Mushu to parent me,
solid middle.
but he's so funny, and he's just like first of all, the comedic timing is just hilarious, and also he just pushes Mulan to be the best that she can be in any occasion, even when she doesn't really want to do it. So I think he is above. Is it Uncle Max? What is
Grandpa
it?
Max.
Grandpa Max.
Yeah, I made that mistake too.
I don't know what. There's too many uncles on this list.
Yeah.
I will say, thankfully, this tier list is more top heavy than anything.
Poor Dumbledore.
Yeah. Poor Dumbledore. Peter Parker from...
Peter B. Parker.
Yeah,
from
Peter B.
Into the
Parker.
Spider-Verse.
Into the Spider-Verse.
I think he does a really great job stepping up after the death of like the Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Because is it who's the amazing one? Ultimate Spider-Man?
No, it's just like the original Spider-Man
Yeah,
for that universe.
but one
Like,
of them
he
I'd
doesn't
say
have a title.
One of them I'd say is perfect. Like the Ultimate Spider-Man is like perfect. He's everything you'd want to be in a Spider-Man. And then the Amazing Spider-Man is just trying his best. And I think that
I think
Peter B. Parker
is based
is
off
just
the Amazing Spider-Man.
yeah. Peter B. Parker is just trying his best. Like
Yeah.
and he's not
Like-
a good dad. Like by any means. Like he isn't a perfect
But,
human.
Like he does stick up for
But-
Miles when everyone else
yeah.
doubts him.
And he does say, like, I believe in you, and I think that you can do it. And that is enough, I think, to make him a mentor icon.
Yeah.
In my opinion. Below Mirabelle, though.
Okay. So mentor icon between...
No, I would put because adopt me. Well, I cannot word right. I cannot word right today.
Homie, you just spoke gibberish for real.
I would put please adopt me. Like,
Oh, he can
Yeah.
adopt me.
Yeah, but the question is where? Because, like, we're kind of
I'd
split.
rather have him in mentor icon below Mirabelle, but
I would put below
you can be
Miyagi.
the time breaker.
How about, would we be comfortable putting him in mentor icon above Mirabelle
That's
Yes.
as a middle ground?
Or
Okay.
Mirabelle.
Phil from Hercules.
Oh,
Absolutely. Mentor icon.
yes.
I-
Above Peter B.
He's fine, I guess.
I love Phil.
Above Peter B.
He kind of like doesn't want to be a mentor though. Like
Yeah, he doesn't
just
want
wants
to be,
go
but
back.
he's good at
He
it.
doesn't, but he's great at it.
Yeah. Like, are we really judging if he wants to do it?
Yeah, he taught me a lesson or two, but y'all can go from there.
So, 2-1 in this regard, but like where on this tier? I think that,
Above Mushu.
Above Mushu.
yeah. Okay. So between Master Oogway and Mushu. Let me make sure I got this name right. Sean McGuire from Good Will Hunting. I just watched this movie the weekend before recording. To put it, to give a summary of Good Will Hunting, Will Hunting, absolute genius, doesn't want to be known as a genius, essentially. Wants to be a bit more laid back, and he's a bit more reserved and whatnot. Doesn't want to really invest himself into other people's lives. Sean McGuire, who a couple of years prior
Oh, that
had
rhymed.
Boris, had lost his wife to illness and had always, supported her and whatnot, and was in sort of the same situation that Will was in terms of being a genius, but not really wanting to, be known for like the smarts and the glory and whatnot. essentially taught him empathy and taught him how to be, you know, smart and whatnot, but also wary of people's emotions and whatnot.
So I would put that in icon.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about this man being
He
an
is-
absolute icon and an amazing character.
So mentor icon, I think that he has to be above Peter B. Parker, in my opinion, because I'm tempted to put him like above Dr. Bailey.
Yeah, put him there. He can adopt me. He seems great.
Yay. Sebastian
I love Sebastian.
from The Little Mermaid.
I have not seen The Little Mermaid.
First of all, have you seen The Little Mermaid?
I have not, actually.
Okay,
Sell us.
I am going to
Yes.
sell you on Sebastian.
All
He
right.
is a little Jamaican lobster to start this off. And that enough should sell you because his little accent is adorable. But second of all, he thoroughly, even though he disagrees with Ariel's need and want to go up and explore the world and not just swim around in the ocean, which is like the whole plot of the movie. She's disobeying her father who wants her to stay in the water. She's also a princess, BT dubs. He supports her. He says, okay, this is really what you want. Let's just do it safely. And he follows her around like the whole time that she's up on land, which is not easy to do. You don't want to do that. You don't want to have to follow around a 16-year-old girl all around a city while she's falling in love with a prince, right? But he did it anyway. And he did it
Not my favorite thing to do, at least.
And he did it while singing epic songs.
And he did
Under
it
the
while
sea?
being a crab.
Yes. Kiss the girl? Yes. I would say he's a mentor icon. He's hilarious.
Wait, is he a crab or a lobster?
He's a lobster.
Is he really a lobster?
I think so. Look at the. 1 second.
Knowledge live on Studio
I thought-
595.
I thought he was a crab.
I thought he was a crab as well.
He's a lobster.
Crab.
Yep.
He is a crab. He's
You
a
were
crab.
wrong, Callie.
He
You
is-
lied to us.
He is Jamaican though.
He is.
Sorry, guys, he's a crab. I don't know why I thought he was. He kind of looks like a lobster, to be fair. He doesn't really look like a crab. I would say he's a mentor icon, but below Phil.
And above Mushu.
Yes.
Fair. Uncle Ben from the Tobey Maguire original Spider-Man trilogy.
One good piece of advice 3 years
Yeah,
ago.
one good piece
and
of
then
advice 3
he
years
died.
ago.
That's fair. I mean, it is kind of hard for people like Mufasa and Uncle Ben to get high on this tier list if they're not alive for the entire
Yeah.
time of the film.
I kind of want to put him in Wow Thanks, to be honest with you, because it's like you give him this advice and then he just dies.
With great power comes great responsibility.
he just dies.
To be fair, that is like
That's every Uncle
constant
Ben.
line. That is a constant
It's an
line. in
iconic line,
every-
but also, like, if you really think about it, yeah, everybody knows that. When you're powerful, like, you have a lot of stuff to do. So thanks, I guess. And then you just die? Like, what was the point of
This
that?
sounds like he would be above
I missed
Morpheus.
the part where that's my problem.
I think, based on what we're saying, I think he falls into the same sort of background as Morpheus.
Okay.
So we can put him above Morpheus because he is an actual character rather than someone that we can just kind of envision in the background. Uncle Phil from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
I've not seen Fresh
I've
Prince.
seen it.
I just know the opening slaps.
I think Please Adopt Me, honestly.
I would think so, too. He's so funny.
Just because there are many scenes that the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air sort of kind of pushed in terms of having someone there for you that isn't a parent, but
Yeah.
is definitely invested in your well-being.
And a trusted adult. Like, that's been a
Absolutely.
really big thing that the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, I feel like, pushed, was like, have a trusted adult. Somebody that you could trust that isn't necessarily your mom or your dad, but that you know is safe, that you can turn to. And it's always been him. So.
I'm tempted to put him at the very top.
No. You can't put him above Aunt May.
That's fair. But if he wasn't at the top, I would put him between Mr. Miyagi and Sean McGuire.
That's fine.
Okay. And finally, Master Yoda from the Star Wars series, which I have yet to watch.
Taught me a lesson or two.
Okay.
But like,
Have you
above
seen
your
Star Wars?
stuff. Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
held against my will, forced to watch Star Wars. Horrible. I'm sorry. No offense. Star Wars is so boring.
Oh no,
Star
you are
Wars
polarizing
is
here.
so boring, and I pretty much almost fell asleep the whole time. Now let me say, Princess Leia, a slay. Okay, she's Princess Leia. Okay. Luke
I am
Skywalker.
keeping that in this episode, by
That's
the way.
fine. Luke
You
Skywalker.
said that there's no going back.
Luke Skywalker is an icon. To be fair, I have only seen the first movie and a half. So I assume it picks up and you get invested in the lore.
And just to clarify, you mean episode 4 and part of episode 5?
I don't know. What? The original movie that came out, the first ever Star Wars movie that came out.
So episode 4 and part of episode 5.
I haven't seen the what's it called?
The prequels.
The prequels, but I've heard that they're okay. Anyways, I love Yoda though. I was about to get to this point. I love Yoda individually. First of all, he's just adorable. Like, I love watching him on screen. He makes me giggle. And also, he's sarcastic. He has a good sense of humor. But he's he is the mentor icon. Like, you can't talk about mentors in movies and not talk about Yoda. Mm-hmm. So I would put him in Please Adopt Me. I would feel so safe with that man.
The question is where, and Dylan, do you agree?
I agree that he is an icon, but like just as a mentor, he taught me a lesson or two.
What?
Oh, wow.
That's not fair.
Then I think we will be forced to put him in the mentor icon tier. And the question is where?
Put him at the very top.
The very top of Peter B. Parker. All right. Yeah. And so that wraps it up. And again, this is top heavy. I am very sorry, Albus Dumbledore. And to go off of Yoda and another person that I forgot to mention in this tier list, Gandalf from Lord of the Rings.
My friend's gonna be so sad. When I was telling her about the idea for this episode, she was like, if you don't put Gandalf in there.
Okay, yeah. And this is someone that I genuinely forgot to add, which in any other case I would have added Gandalf, and I would argue that he is at least mentor icon.
Yeah, and if we are ranking Gandalf, I would say mentor icon too. Okay. 100%.
So, retrospectively, who was the other person that we Hagrid and Gandalf, both mentor icons.
I also really wanted to put Spencer from iCarly on this list. I know that these two people don't know who that is. He was the older brother of Carly Shay in iCarly, one of my favorite shows growing up. I would let him adopt me. He is the best older brother, and he's crazy. He's so weird, but like always takes care of her no matter what.
Yeah, so. One of the ones I wanted to do was Sanai Hanakoma from The World Ends With You. Like, he just absolutely, like, again, I can't explain it, but like, okay, he's like the main driver for the lessons of that game, like of, you know, how to be more open about yourself.
You guys ever heard of Sans Skeleton? Okay, and so thank you everyone for learning about these mentors alongside us, and if you have any other suggestions, please leave them in the comments on social media, and we will be happy to mention them in the next episode. And thank you all for watching or listening if you're listening on streaming services. And we hope that this is one of many episodes this year, especially this semester with Kalli and Dillon. And Kalli, if you want to go ahead and end the episode, you are more than free to do so.
Okay, you guys, I gotta go to calc. So I really appreciate calculus class, if you don't know what that is. I really appreciate you for listening, coming back, following us into the new year. We're excited to have you back. We're excited to be back. And finding the time to record, finding the time to be with you guys in this like sort of moment. And, you know, thanks for spending the last semester of our senior year with us. Thanks for being our friends and our mentors, because I know some of them are listening. So as of right now, I'm Kalli.
I'm Dillon.
And you've been listening to Studio 595. Peace out.